Across the Fence, we're at the Addison County Fairgrounds, the home of Vermont's largest agricultural fair. Good afternoon and thanks for stopping by Across the Fence. I'm Keith Silva, joined today by my colleague Rebecca Gollin. The Addison County Fair and Field Days is happening right now and runs through Saturday, August 10th. We're here just as vendors, exhibitors, and officials are getting ready to start the show.
That's right, Keith. The Addison County Fair and Field Days gives UVM Extension the opportunity to share information with visitors about agriculture, while also providing 4-Hers the chance to get hands-on experience both in and out of the show ring.
Finding out what's happening down on the farm here at Addison County Fairgrounds means meeting a member of UVM Extension's Champlain Valley Crops, Soils, and Pasture team. Here's agronomist Jeff Carter on how Extension connects fairgoers with Vermont's working landscape.
Well, we like to come out to the fair and we set up displays to talk to the general public and farmers about agriculture. What we have right here today is at the north end of the 4-H Youth Hall is we have a crop exhibit, and we have an exhibit about rainfall simulators and stream tables and just putting some crops out there so that people can come talk to us about hay and corn, soybeans, wheat, and how that interacts with the landscape.
What does the public want to know, the general public, when they come here and talk to you?
Well, when they come here and talk, they like to look at the tall corn and they like to look at the hay and reminisce about when they were on their grandfather's farm, or my parents used to have a farm, or they like to just come talk about the weather a lot of the times. So what we do is we talk to them about how agricultural production happens in Vermont, and we try to blend in a little bit of a discussion about environmental quality, about financial quality of farm life, and how they interact with the people who are not farmers.
And as a member of Extension, you're really here to educate the public and tell them what we're doing and what Vermont farmers are doing.
Right, so we have a lot of educational display materials set out in the form of posters and handouts, and we tell them about our programs, and we have a newsletter that we offer them that they can have. But basically, we just like to be here and talk to them and ask them what would they like to know.
Jeff, you got some live demonstrations this year. Tell us about those.
We do. We've got a new thing going on this year where we've had the no-till grain drill out here on display. And this year at 2 p.m. every day afternoon, there's going to be a demonstration down where the antique equipment is. So they're going to do a demonstration of antique haying equipment. And then right after that is brand new no-till drill. So that's how we plant no-till cover crops. And that's our whole.
Are you hoping that it's the public, it's the general public that'll learn it, or is it also for the farmers to learn about the no-till drill?
Both. Everybody.
Everybody.
And the farmers like to come and look at equipment and discuss about how it works and why it works and all that. The public likes to come and just see it and go, oh, that's pretty interesting. And they're a little bit less technical, but the concepts of no-till and soil savings and all that works into the conversation.
Tell us about the judging you've got going on, Jeff.
Well, we have a really fun crop contest for all the local farmers. And they come in here and we have a lot of different classes of products that they can enter into. So we like to put a nice tag on it with their name and their farm name and where they're from. And then what they do is they bring in corn plants or some corn silage or haylage or wheat or whatever, soybeans. And then it's a friendly competition amongst farmers. And we have blue ribbons and red ribbons and prize money. So it's a nice, lighthearted, fun competition.
Oh, there's prize money available though, so
well,
there must be a little bit of healthy competition.
There is prize money because for each of these classes, there's a prize winning for the blue ribbon, best of each class, and then also best of show. So a farmer potentially walks away with a couple $100.
Wow. We know that blue ribbons, hear about it in 4-H all the time. What's it like for an adult, a farmer, to win a blue ribbon? Is still pride there?
I think there is, because they like to come get them at the end of the fair, and if they don't get them, I mail them right to them, and if they don't get their ribbons, they let me know.
What do you like about coming out to Addison County Fair and Field Days?
Well, I'll tell you what, exactly 34 years ago today was my first day on the job, and it was Monday morning of Addison County Field Days, and so I started this crop display. And then we've expanded it, and I just think visiting with the local people who want to learn about agriculture is just enjoyable.
Well, Jeff, thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Keith. I appreciate you having me on the show.
Great. Now let's join Becky, who is at an institution here at Addison County Fair and Field Days.
Thanks, Keith. I'm here with Martha Seifer, the Addison County 4-H educator. Thanks for being here, Martha.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming down.
So what are the 4-Hers doing here this week?
Well, the Fair Week for the 4-Hers is like the culmination of their project areas. They enter them at the fair and they bring them in and exhibit them, be it horse, livestock, crafts, vegetables, flowers, baked goods. It's a big, exciting week for them.
So what are some of the exhibits that these kids have been working on?
Okay, so behind us today we have the horse show, and then during the week we have a 4-H dairy show, a 4-H beef show, working steers, sheep, goats, rabbits, poultry, and then we have our youth hall that's open all week that has everything from club exhibits to crafts, photography, posters, educational exhibits, and anything else miscellaneous that the kids have worked on and want to proudly show off.
Have they been working on this all year?
Yes, especially the livestock projects. They can't just bring them to the fair because they have to train them, as well as the crafts. A lot of the clubs in the wintertime work on crafts, get them developed. It's a slow time that time of year, so they work on their crafts and sewing as well, and then get to exhibit them here.
What are some of the responsibilities and opportunities for the 4-Hers here at the fair?
Well, the foundation is a huge part of our county 4-H. They fund all of the ribbons and awards that are given out. So they have the Dusty Chuck, which is the foundation's food booth, and every 4-H member 10 and up does a shift in the food booth. It's a 4-hour shift throughout the week, and they come interact with the customers. They help prepare foods, so they learn food safety. For the Clover Buds, 5 to 8, and 8 and 9-year-olds, they get to do a shift up in the youth hall where they get to talk to the people coming through, explain what 4-H is, pass out 4-H balloons, and just interact and get more comfortable talking to people.
Now, what's new at the fair this year?
So we started a pollinator garden, a hummingbird butterfly pollinator garden up by the Welcome Center. So the kids have planned that out. They planted it, they spread the topsoil and the mulch, and they've made stepping stones, bird baths, and homemade hummingbird feeders. So it'll be interesting to watch that develop over the next few years. But it's been a fun project to work on.
Thank you so much for joining us, Martha. Enjoyed the last few days of the fair?
Thank you.
Absolutely. And now we're going to meet a 4-Her who's working here at the Dusty Chuck. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing here at the Dusty Chuck. What are your responsibilities?
Each 4-Her has to have a time in the Dusty Chuck, so we work a 4-hour shift at some point in the fair, and you kind of just hang out with 3 or 4 of your 4-H friends and make milkshakes, make French fries, sandwiches, all sorts of fun stuff, and just it's kind of like a community thing. And
do you like seeing all the people come through?
it's definitely interesting, and you do see people over the years oh, I remember you from last year, and you got the same chocolate milkshake that you got last year. So it's just cool to see the people.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing and exhibiting here at the fair besides working at the Dusty Chuck.
Since I'm in the dairy club, I have 3 of my own show cows here, and we show and exhibit them, and then we also do a showmanship class, which is on our skills and how we show our own cows to make them look the best that they can.
What do you most look forward to about coming to the fair every year?
It's nice. This is my favorite week of the fair. The entire year is just I look forward to this because you get to come and be with your people and show cows. And in my school, we didn't really have that many people that showed cows. There was one other girl that comes here too, but so it's just nice to be with people who understand what you're doing, and you get to come and be with all your cows for the week and hang out.
Thank you so much for joining us, Aislinn, and telling us about what you do here at the fair.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go back to Keith, who is with a fair VIP.
Well, a VIP indeed, Rebecca. This is Diane Norris. She is the president of Addison County Fair and Field Days. Diane, what's coming up for the rest of the week?
Well, Wednesday evening we have the karaoke competition in the show tent. We have the G-Stone Motors Demolition Derby, and we have the Aeronaudette Band that's also going to be performing in the band tent. So 3 pretty exciting items to have happen on Wednesday. Moving into Thursday, we have the pedal tractor pull. That involves lots of little kids on the exact same pedal tractor, seeing whose little legs can go the fastest, which is always enjoyable to watch and enjoy. Later on in the day, we have CW Trail Bikes. They put on a really exciting competition amongst themselves with some stunt biking, so very fun to watch. Robinson's Racing Pigs, they perform a variety of shows all day long. And Pirate Dan, he's quite fun walking around doing his thing. Thursday evening, we move right into another night of demo. All new cars coming back in to smash them up and do it all over again. On Friday, we really get into tractor pulling. There's dairy show events, beef events. We have things going on in the poultry barn and the horse area as well. Then we move on to Saturday. We have trucks and tractors pulling again. A little bit of everything happens in almost every area of the fair on Saturday.
Diane, I'm going to ask you an unfair question. Do you have a favorite thing that happens here at the fair?
Well, I'm an old 4-H lover, so I love anything 4-H. I love anything kids.
And there's all sorts of rides, there's food, there's all sorts of maple milkshakes. You got maple milkshakes?
Maple milkshakes, maple candy, maple everything.
Excellent. And how can folks find out about the events that are going on and get in touch?
You can call our telephone, which is 802-545-2557, or you can look on the webpage, which is AddisonCountyFairandFieldDays.com. The program book and all the events are listed.
Thank you very much, Diane. That just about wraps things up for us here at the fair. Want to thank our Extension colleagues, and as always, thank you for stopping by Across the Fence.